You don't get to adopt a child without a child having gone through extreme loss of their family, of everything they know.
I can't talk through this. I really can't. I can't do well with this. It's so emotional for me.
How has finding Chase changed your life?
It's terrifying. He's so special and amazing that I don't want to screw it up.
You know how I said that I wanted more siblings?
Yeah.
I'm not so certain anymore.
My name is Mary Bowers, and I grew up in Greeley, Colorado in the United States. I was born at the end of 1981, possibly early 1982. My birth date is marked as presumed, so I don't actually know for sure. But I was a baby when I arrived at the adoption home.
In the 60 years after the Korean War, nearly 250,000 children like Mary left South Korea as orphans. At the height of this in 1985, 8,837 were sent abroad for adoption in 1 year at a rate of 1 orphan every hour. Like many people in Asia, I thought the children adopted to the West were lucky. But stories like Mary's are far from the fairy tale they appear to be.
Mary? Hi, I'm Wei.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Me too. I never really heard my adoption story where I was centered. The narrative usually centered around my adoptive mom. She was 12 years old, she had a brain tumor, and therefore couldn't have her own biological children because of radiation therapy and all of those other things. My parents could not have adopted an American child because it was too expensive. I grew up knowing that I was not the first choice. It actually wasn't really a choice at all. It was never an abusive, like directly screaming in somebody's face situation. But I do remember if I misbehaved, jokingly, they would say, "We'll sell you. We'll sell you back."
The reason Mary was put up for adoption was never fully explained by her adoptive parents. For years, the story clung onto the dominant narrative of being rescued, a comforting version that masked deeper complexities. But when Mary began to question that narrative, she found herself unraveling a sprawling web of lies and withheld truths.
When I left for college, I asked for my adoption papers. That was the first time that I saw two people's names, a mother and a father, in my documents. Why does my birth certificate say I'm an orphan with no record at all of my parents when there's two people's names? So my adoption records say that my mother was either an office worker or a factory worker. I've seen both. And she met my dad, who worked in an office, and then they had personality differences. And that is why they didn't stay together. She was too poor and unable to raise me on her own. What is interesting about that, though, is having had the chance to compare those documents to other adoptees from the same agency, is we've now seen that story repeated a dozen times over. It's word by word the same. So I don't really know what the true story is.
Mary's discovery is not unique. In recent years, thousands of Korean adoptees searching for their roots have realized that something didn't add up. Nearly 90% had at least one living parent, despite being told they were orphans. Declassified documents revealed that some babies were taken from parents deemed undesirable by the country's military dictators at the time, such as single mothers or mixed-race couples. But Mary's story was about to take another whole unexpected turn.
Watch.
It's not gonna be one.
It's gonna be a one.
I have 2 dice left. That's a waste.
That was a waste. How did the idea of adoption come to you guys in the first place?
I don't know. I always wanted to adopt. Even as a little kid, I would think about how when I had my family, I knew that part of that would be adopting some children, at least one, which is what ended up happening.
I was 27 and she was 25 when we started the adoption, and a lot of countries rejected us because we were too young.
So we came home and we decided our only option was going to be Korea. They said, so we'll send you out documents about him with a picture and sort of his health history, and you go through and look at it and you decide if that's the child that you want. And if it's not, then we'll just give you the next one in the list. And honestly, as soon as I opened up that document and saw that face, that was it for me. We were matched with him in May of 2005.
Hey, Madison. Madison, who are we waiting for at the airport? Yeah, the baby.
July 18th was the day that we picked him up at the Salt Lake City airport. My dad walks into this empty airport terminal and he sees a Korean woman holding a baby, talking to a Delta representative, and she's just hysterical. And the Delta guy's like, I have no idea what's going on. She keeps trying to hand me a baby.
I can't talk through this. I really can't. I can't do well at this. Yeah.
Why?
It's so emotional for me.
I have a picture of us holding him and Madison and Kai kind of looking at him, and you can just see the joy. It was a little weird that we were at the baggage claim in the Delta airport terminal, you know, and it confused the kids for sure. You know, Kai, he thought that's where babies came from. You know, after that, he just thought you got babies at the airport.
Baggage claim.
Is his name Chase?
No, it's baby butter.
Okay.
Hold him?
You can hold him. Do you like your baby brother?
Yeah, hold him.
Does your baby brother like you?
He likes that big one.
He likes the big toy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You don't.
Okay, blow out your candles. Yay! Happy birthday!
My name is Chase Malmgren. I grew up in the great state of Utah in the United States of America.
Chase is autistic, so I give him questions in advance to help him prepare.
So I wrote down some notes. I did always wonder why I did look different from my brothers and sisters. It was somewhat amplified living in an area where there weren't a whole lot of Asians. Sometimes I felt like I was the odd one out in the family. However, I wasn't treated all too differently than any other kid around me. When I was younger, sometimes kids would call me Snake Eyes, but those were offhanded remarks. I feel no shame when I say I grew up American.
What was the story you guys were told as to how Chase was put up for adoption?
They said that his mother was 43. We were told that her husband had owned a trucking company. She was a bartender. And one night a businessman came in and they hit it off and they had like a one-night stand. And as a result, she got pregnant. And so in order to save the family name, they decided to put Chase up for adoption.
And that was on the official paperwork. That wasn't just word of mouth. When he was 11, 12 and going through a lot of this, trying to identify himself. We went to Korea. We had no leads on family or anything. We went to Korea just to show him Korea and what it meant to be Korean.
And I said, you know, one thing we can do is a DNA test.
2017, that's when we did his DNA test.
I get these messages from Ancestry all the time saying, oh, you have a DNA match. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fifth cousin twice removed, like goody. Finally, it was a Sunday afternoon and I was doing nothing and I thought, I haven't looked at that DNA in a while, so I'm gonna do it. And I opened it up and there was a message can you please tell me about this CM because he's my brother? And I was like, what? That can't be right. And I reread it and I reread it, and then I said, Michael, come in here. Chase has a sister.
Immediately we thought this is a half-sister because of the story we had been told.
It took us a while to realize that they were full siblings.
So, I do think it's funny that my brother's name is Chase because that's what I've had to do to find him. I had to chase him all over the planet. And I think it's funny to have moved to Korea with the intention of finding my family, and then I find him, you know, on the other side of the mountain range from where I grew up.
In trying to match with a parent through DNA, Mary and Chase found each other, a pair of siblings born 23 years apart to the same mom and dad, neither knowing the other existed. As Chase is turning 20, Mary returns to the US to celebrate his birthday.
Can I sit by you, bud?
Sure.
Thanks. Oh. So how are you feeling?
Wish I was snuggling with the cat, watching.
I wish I was snuggling with the cat too. But you know that once you see her, you're gonna be so happy. And it doesn't matter what you say or do, she's gonna love you.
She's the Los Angeles 5:30 right there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she should be coming pretty soon.
There she is.
There's just Mary. Come on over. Hey, little brother. Good eye.
Oh, I'm so tired.
This is my mom and dad, Janice and Jim.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
The landscape's really similar in Colorado.
Just a hop over.
Just the other side of the same mountain range. And I went all the way to Korea looking for you, and then here you are, like just
Oh,
a drive away.
yeah. You know how I said that I wanted more siblings?
Yeah.
I'm not so certain anymore.
Wait, what's wrong with me?
Well, it's not that,
Are
but
you like, oh no, she's too much?
I just have concerns, is all.
How has finding Chase changed your life?
It's terrifying. He's just like, he's so special and amazing that, like, I don't want to screw it up. There's almost like a trauma response in all the talking and outgoingness that you see a lot of times. Some of it comes from, well, if I prove that I'm good enough, then I won't be abandoned. Like, you can't leave me, you have to keep me if I'm good enough.
Can I be straightforward with you?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like all this is just some sick joke.
What?
I don't know, sometimes I have my doubts. I mean, maybe I'm just crazy and you're not even real. And I'm in a padded cell. Or, I don't know.
Sometimes I think that would be easier.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just not used to having a sibling like you, but I don't know. That's why I think a lot of things should be left buried. Otherwise, more things will just appear to think about.
I think part of the problem with burying things, though, is that it's kind of like a plumbing leak. So it's like, it just drips like a little bit. And then if you don't actually fix the problem and like replace the broken pipe, you can tape it and it helps for a little while.
But what if you make a mistake and it doesn't just drip, but it explodes?
Yeah.
Water gets all over you. You feel completely humiliated.
I've had that thought a lot lately. But then, what's the worst? Like, the worst that could happen has already happened, in my opinion.
It's what everyone.
We already lost our family.
But that's the thing. I already have a family.
I know, but you're my family, too.
Yeah.
And, like, I almost lost you forever.
Yeah.
And,
I'll be honest,
and everybody was fine with it. They told me I was lucky because I had another family, and I almost never got to meet you. So I saved baseline pictures, and then I went into an AI model. It gives all sorts of variables where you can change and start playing with age or gender, assuming that Chase would look more similar to our father and I would look more similar to our mother.
Okay, let me have a look at your dad.
My theory is maybe if this kind of thing gets distributed, even if there's some differences, like it
Right.
may be close and
So it would be indicative.
Right.
He's a very handsome man.
so, yeah.
If I took care of myself.
You're a handsome man too.
I would point out he's unlikely to have that haircut, though.
Yeah. No,
That's
so,
from a very different
yeah,
decade.
a very different decade.
Yeah.
And then this would be our mom.
There is that distinct possibility that Chase's parents did not voluntarily put him up for adoption.
Correct.
Is that something you've spent time thinking about?
I mean, it hurts. Physically hurts to think about. Chase completes my family in the same way that any of my children complete my family. It's very complicated. I'm not even sure how to explain my feelings for that because I'm not sure I even understand them myself. If he said, I actually do want to go back and live in Korea, I would support him in that.
I don't know. It's just. I don't like thinking about these kinds of things. To be honest, it kind of intimidates me. Because in my mind, it's just another step closer to what I fear the most coming true, is all.
Which is?
I'm just worried about what happens if we actually do find our parents.
You're afraid to find that they might really have abandoned you?
Yeah, that's one fear.
And so then your mind spins with all these scenarios and possibilities. Like even in this really great scenario that Chase and I are in with each other, there's pieces and parts of his life or my life where it's like we don't have that connection anymore. Yeah.
I mean, I think we're definitely making progress in rebuilding that siblinghood, but I would be lying if it's more difficult than just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, there's a sense of guilt. Because with the lost time, I'm like, but I won't get to teach him to ride a bike or see him in the school play. Like that phase has passed. And I feel responsible.
Mary, you were a child.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you guys need a moment?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay, all right, of course.
You have a shoulder to cry on now.
So were you ever like a character in the school play?
I just felt like they were dumb sometimes.
Okay, so maybe it's good that I missed that part.
It's something, all right.
Okay.